Once upon a time, McDonald's was famous for one thing above all: consistency. Whether you were grabbing a burger in New York, Los Angeles, or Tokyo, you knew exactly what you were going to get. The fries would be crispy, the Coke would taste sharper than anywhere else, and your meal would be in your hands within minutes. Ray Kroc, the man credited with building McDonald's into a global powerhouse, was obsessed with this standardization. He believed that the key to success was making sure that every customer got the same experience every single time. No surprises, no disappointments, just reliable fast food at a fair price. And for decades that idea worked. McDonald's became more than just a restaurant. It became a symbol of predictability, of efficiency, of affordability. It was the go-to option for busy parents, students, workers, travelers, or anyone who wanted a quick bite without a hassle and without breaking the bank. But fast forward to the day, and something has changed. That legendary consistency is starting to crack in ways that are hard to ignore. The drive-thru that once zipped you through in under 5 minutes now feels like a parking lot. The food you get one day might taste completely different the next, and the friendly service that used to define the brand has become, in many places, rushed, careless, or simply indifferent. What happened to the system that once ran like clockwork? Well, part of it is growing pains. McDonald's has over 38,000 locations worldwide. Managing that scale is a logistical nightmare, but the bigger issue might be that the company has simply lost touch with the values that made it a household name in the first place. Look around and you'll see the signs. Literally, the golden arches still shine, but the magic underneath them has dimmed. The dollar menu, once a lifeline for budget-conscious eaters, has morphed into a confusing, overpriced selection that barely resembles its original purpose. You used to be able to get a full meal for $5. Now $5 gets you a cookie and a coffee if you're lucky. Families who once relied on McDonald's for an affordable night out are walking away from the counter with receipts totaling $35 to $40 and wondering how it all got so expensive. And while prices soar, portion sizes shrink. Fries containers are subtly smaller, burgers look thinner, and drinks seem less full. It's a quiet erosion of value that customers are noticing and resenting. But it's not just the food or the prices that feel different. The entire experience of visiting a McDonald's has changed, and not always for the better. Sure, some locations have added fancy kiosks and self-ordering screens, but what they've gained in tech, they've often lost in human connection. Remember when the staff used to smile, or at least acknowledge you? Now, many customers report being met with blank stares, mumbled responses, or worse yet, total silence. And while this isn't true for every location, the inconsistency from store to store is jarring. One McDonald's might be spotless, friendly, and fast. Another might be slow, understaffed, and dirty. The brand that once promised the same experience everywhere now delivers a roll of the dice. And here's where it gets even more serious. In a world where consumers are more informed and more health-conscious than ever before, McDonald's is struggling to keep up, while competitors like Chipotle and Panera are emphasizing clean ingredients, sustainable sourcing, and transparency. McDonald's is still dodging basic questions about what's really in their food. Yes, they've made some steps forward, removing artificial preservatives from nuggets and cutting high-fructose corn syrup from buns, but it all feels a little too late and a little too shallow, especially when customers still can't get clear answers about where their beef comes from or what kind of oil is being used for frying. In the past, those details didn't matter, but now they do, and ignoring that shift could cost them big. Customers today aren't just looking for speed and price. They want quality, they want honesty, and they want food that doesn't make them feel like they're compromising their health for convenience. And while McDonald's still holds a powerful place in the market, it's no longer the default choice for everyone. In fact, in many areas, people are choosing gas station food over the golden arches. Why? Because it's cheaper, fresher, and more customizable, and that should be a wake-up call. When places like Sheetz and Wawa can beat McDonald's on quality and price, something has gone very wrong. Then there's the matter of trust. Once a brand loses it, it's incredibly hard to get back. Customers have long memories, especially when they feel like they've been taken advantage of. And that's exactly how many loyal McDonald's customers feel today. They remember when a Big Mac meal was $6, not 11. They remember when value meals actually felt like value, and they remember when McDonald's was the place you went to because it made sense, not just out of habit. And that brings us back to the original question. What happened to McDonald's, and can it come back from this? The answer is yes, but only if the company is willing to make serious changes. Not just cosmetic tweaks, but real foundational adjustments that put customers first again. That means rethinking pricing, making the food truly affordable again, not just cheaper than sit-down restaurants, affordable. It means offering simple, recognizable ingredients with full transparency, not vague marketing slogans. It means bringing back the consistency that made them great, not just in taste, but in service, in speed, in overall experience. And perhaps most importantly, it means listening, really listening to what customers are saying, not in a focus group, but in real time. Because if McDonald's doesn't do that, someone else will. There are already dozens of fast casual chains rising up to claim the throne. Places that blend speed with quality, that offer customization with affordability, and that speak directly to younger generations in a way that feels honest and fresh. If McDonald's keeps ignoring the shift, it may find itself increasingly irrelevant, not overnight, but gradually and inevitably. So, the next time you see those golden arches, ask yourself, does it still feel like it used to, or has the shine started to wear off? Because for millions of people, that answer is already clear, and unless something changes soon, they might not come back at all. The service experience at McDonald's has become unpredictable at best and downright frustrating at worst. The days of lightning-fast drive-thrus and flawless orders seem like a distant memory. In fact, a recent study found that the average drive-thru wait at McDonald's is now over 6 minutes, nearly double what it was just a few years ago back in 2019. And sure, 6 minutes doesn't sound like much until you're sitting there wondering if your fries are being grown from scratch. People have started joking that the wait is so long you can bring a book, finish your taxes, or plan your entire retirement while waiting for your Happy Meal. I ordered a Big Mac, and by the time it came out, I was old enough to qualify for the senior discount. And if the wait wasn't bad enough, nearly 1 in 4 orders comes out wrong, according to consumer surveys. That's right. 1 out of every 4 times you roll the dice at McDonald's, you might end up with a missing burger, cold fries, or something that's not even close to what you ordered. Ordering food has started to feel like playing the lottery, except the prize is disappointment. It's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get, except instead of sweet surprises, it's incorrect burgers and confusion. And the problem isn't just with speed or accuracy, it's with the entire system. Staffing shortages play a huge role. Here, many McDonald's locations have now hiring signs up year-round because they simply can't keep enough people working, and the employees who do show up are often juggling multiple roles, overwhelmed, undertrained, and barely keeping up. It's not their fault. They're doing the best they can in a chaotic environment. The real issue is management decisions and corporate cost-cutting that leave too few hands to handle too much work. And when you add mobile ordering, apps and third-party delivery platforms into the mix, it only gets worse. Now staff have to manage in-person orders, drive-through, traffic mobile app orders, and delivery tickets. All at once, it's like juggling flaming swords while riding a unicycle, and inevitably things fall through the cracks. Customers complain about lukewarm food, long delays, and forgotten items, especially when ordering through apps or delivery services. Even inside the stores, things aren't what they used to be. Dine-in areas, once a place for quick meals and casual hangouts, have taken a hit. Many locations now have sticky tables, overflowing trash bins, and bathrooms that look like they've been through a small natural disaster. With limited staff, the priority has shifted to just pushing orders out the door. Cleanliness and maintenance have taken a backseat. Some restaurants have even closed their dining rooms altogether, citing a lack of manpower to keep them clean and functional. The message is clear. Come in if you must, but don't expect to stay long or be comfortable. Customer service has also taken a serious hit. Once upon a time, McDonald's was known for friendly faces and quick smiles. Now you're lucky if someone makes eye contact during rush transactions. Minimal interaction and occasional attitude have replaced the welcoming atmosphere many of us remember. And if you dare ask for something slightly customized like no pickles or extra ketchup, you better double check before leaving the counter because there's a good chance that request didn't make it into the system or the sandwich. As these issues stack up, customers are quietly walking away and choosing alternatives. Even if everything goes right and your order is hot and accurate, there's another challenge waiting: the changing landscape of food itself. People care more about what's in their meals than ever before. Health awareness has exploded over the last decade, and while many fast food competitors have adjusted their menus to meet modern expectations, McDonald's seems stuck in a time capsule, serving the same core items it's been offering since the 90s. Case in point, salads, once seen as a small but meaningful nod to health-conscious customers, have all but vanished during the pandemic. McDonald's pulled side salads from most U.S. locations, calling it a temporary move. Now, years later, they're still missing in action. Removing salads during a health crisis is like taking away umbrellas during a rainstorm. You want something healthy? Your best bet might be the napkin. At least it has 0 calories. The lack of whole grains on the menu is another glaring omission, while convenience stores and grocery chains have embraced whole grain options. McDonald's continues to rely heavily on refined white flour. Their breakfast menu is a carb overload of biscuits, pancakes, and muffins, all made with processed flour. The idea of whole grain at McDonald's is when a stray wheat kernel sneaks into the batch by accident, you find a fiber strand in your bun, and it's a quality control emergency. Then there's the plant-based revolution, which McDonald's has mostly sat out while competitors have launched nationwide meatless options. McDonald's gave us the McPlant burger briefly in a few test markets and then pulled the plug in most areas. Despite massive growth in flexitarian and vegan eating habits, McDonald's has chosen to stay on the sidelines, watching the trend from afar instead of leading it. Meanwhile, chains like Burger King, Taco Bell, and even Starbucks are offering real plant-based meals to meet changing tastes. Fresh produce at McDonald's is basically a garnish. A limp leaf of iceberg here, a tired slice of tomato there. If you're not ordering a Happy Meal, don't expect to see an apple anywhere near your tray. Most adult meals come with 0 fruits or vegetables, unless you count the pickle, which, let's be honest, shouldn't even qualify. Even when salads are available, the dressings and toppings often carry more calories than the main entree. So what's the point? Nutritionally, most McDonald's meals are a minefield. A single Big Mac delivers nearly half your recommended daily sodium. Throw in fries and a soda, and you've hit your sugar limit and nearly your calorie limit in one sitting. Sure, an occasional indulgence is fine, but for regular customers, the long-term impact is hard to ignore, and the beverage choices don't help. Sugary sodas reign supreme. Even the coffee drinks often hide massive amounts of sugar and artificial flavoring, while options like unsweetened tea or flavored sparkling water are rare or non-existent. McDonald's occasional attempts at health-friendly options feel more like experiments than commitments. Items like kale salad bowls or fruit smoothies show up then vanish faster than you can blink. Remember the quinoa bowl that was offered for approximately 7 minutes on a Tuesday in February? Blink and you missed it. These limited-time items aren't building trust. They're reinforcing the idea that McDonald's doesn't really take health seriously. And even when the rare healthy item does exist, trying to find or order it can be a mess. McDonald's digital systems, from kiosks to apps, often bury those options behind layers of menus or don't include them at all in many locations. Today, a smooth digital experience isn't just a luxury, it's an expectation, and when you're one of the biggest food brands in the world, customers expect better from your tech too. McDonald's may dominate the globe in brand recognition, but step into their digital world, and it's like traveling back in time, and not in a fun, nostalgic way. Their app, their website, their digital ordering systems all feel like relics from a decade ago, half patched together over time like a house with new paint, but a crumbling foundation. The McDonald's mobile app in particular has developed a reputation, and not a good one. Users frequently report crashes, failed updates, and general glitchiness. Especially during high-traffic promotional periods when you'd expect it to shine, instead it falls apart. The app's location services often fail showing restaurants miles away, while ignoring the one right across the street. The experience is so unreliable. It feels like it should come with its own tech support hotline and a complimentary stress ball. The app crashes so often that even the icon on your home screen looks like it's giving up. And don't even get started on the payment system. Countless users report declined transactions despite having money in their accounts, saved payment methods disappearing randomly, and promo codes that just don't work at all at this point. Their payment system might as well have been designed by the same team responsible for their infamous ice cream machine's error message. Please try again in 6 to 8 weeks if you're lucky. Inside the stores, things aren't much better. Kiosks were supposed to be the future, a sleek new way to speed up the ordering process. Instead, they become just another bottleneck. Slow responses, unresponsive screens, confusing navigation, and screens that desperately need recalibration are common complaints. They're especially frustrating for older customers or anyone with disabilities who find the system more alienating than empowering. Basic accessibility features are often overlooked or poorly implemented. Then there's the rewards program, which somehow manages to be more complicated than it needs to be. While competitors offer simple point-based systems or clear cashback-style rewards, McDonald's opted for a confusing mix of stars tiers and rotating offers that leave customers guessing whether they're earning anything at all. Using the app feels less like ordering food and more like trying to solve a puzzle under time pressure for a reward that probably isn't worth the effort. Third-party delivery isn't saving the day either. In fact, McDonald's ranks among the lowest in customer satisfaction. When it comes to food delivery, fries arrive limp, and cold burgers get soggy, and ice cream melts into a sad puddle. The packaging hasn't been redesigned for transit, even though delivery now makes up a huge part of their business. And the problems don't stop at quality. Accuracy takes another hit with delivery. Orders with no immediate way to check the bag. Customers often discover missing items or wrong meals long after the driver has pulled away, and good luck resolving the issue. You'll be bounced between the delivery app and McDonald's corporate support like a hot potato, neither side eager to claim responsibility, both leaving you on hold for way too long. Even the drive-thru experience, which was once McDonald's crown jewel, is starting to show its age. While other chains experiment with AI, ordering systems, double-lane setups, and smart pickup lanes, McDonald's is still relying on the same basic drive-thru layout they've used for decades. The speakers crackly, the wait times are growing, and the human touch is fading away. What used to be a well-oiled machine now feels like an outdated relic trying to keep up with a digital world that's moving faster every day. And should you somehow manage to overcome all the technical hurdles and actually walk into a McDonald's, don't expect to be greeted by a vibrant, inviting space. Instead, what you'll often find is a confused mix of styles and eras, like a time capsule that can't decide if it's from 1998 or 2028. Many locations still have outdated decor with faded wall art, vinyl seating, and old tile floors, while others have been remodeled with cold, industrial design that feels more like a tech startup than a family restaurant. The iconic red and yellow color scheme has been replaced by muted grays, blacks, and steel tones. It may look sleek on paper, but in person it feels sterile, uninviting, even a little depressing. It's like they went from Happy Meal to sad office. Gone, too, are the play places, once a centerpiece for families, a reason parents brought their kids here in the first place. Now most of them are gone, quietly removed during the pandemic and never brought back. Removing playground from McDonald's is like a toy store getting rid of toys. You've lost the thing that made it magical. The remodels seem designed to keep customers from lingering. Small, hard tables, plastic seating that feels engineered for discomfort, and bright overhead lighting that makes every fry look like it's under interrogation. The new interior design strategy seems to be make it so unpleasant no one stays too long, but not so unpleasant they don't come back. Even the music, or lack of it, adds to the awkwardness. Some locations play generic background tracks at a volume so low you can barely hear it. Others blast music so loud you can't hear the person next to you, and many just have silence, which creates this weird echoey tension where every conversation feels awkwardly public. The warm, inviting buzz of a community hangout has been replaced by a sterile atmosphere that barely feels alive. What's worse is the loss of local character community bulletin boards, once common, are now rare teams, sponsorship plaques, youth event flyers. They've all vanished, making each location feel less like part of a neighborhood and more like a corporate outpost parachuted in with no roots in the community. And even where the interiors are updated, the maintenance often isn't. Sticky tables, unemptied trash bins, scuffed floors, and neglected bathrooms are increasingly common, especially in busy locations that are short-staffed. The physical environment no longer feels cared for, and that seeps into the entire customer experience. And with fewer staff on hand and more customers going digital, service has taken a big hit. Drive-thrus are less personal, kiosks are frustrating, and even basic human interaction has been replaced with rushed exchanges that feel robotic. At best, the sense of welcome that used to be a McDonald's hallmark is missing in action. The restaurants don't feel like places to gather anymore. They feel like places to get in and get out as quickly as possible, assuming the tech doesn't crash and your order is correct. McDonald's used to set the standard for what fast food could be: a clean, reliable, cheerful place that offered more than just food. It offered a sense of routine, of comfort, even joy. Today, that identity feels lost, and the physical spaces where that identity once thrived have become symbols of what's gone wrong. Because in the end, the dining room, the decor, the layout, the cleanliness, it all matters just as much as the burger in the bag.